Good day, family, and all praises to our Most High Creator, Redeemer, and Savior of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm making this video to show you what really happened in Venezuela this weekend, what the U.S. government is doing about it, and their current mood, what they're not putting out in the media and showing the American people, which I think is funny, and how it ties into how it could possibly tie into us. So I'm going to start here. United States involvement in regime change. Make this bigger for you guys. All right. Okay, United States involvement in regime change has entailed both overt and covert actions aimed at altering, replacing, or preserving foreign governments. So they're altering governments in favor of the U.S., replacing governments in favor of the U.S., and preserving governments that they've already put into power. So real quick, we're going to go down here, and I'm just going to show you from the 1990s, post-Cold War, all of the places that the U.S. has gone into. Okay, so we have Kuwait, Haiti, Iraq numerous times, Indonesia, Yugoslavia, Iraq again, Iran, Palestinian territories, Syria. It says post-Syria, but they're still there. Libya, we know what happened there. The Egyptian coup d'etat, and then present day in Yemen, and the crisis in Venezuela. But I'm going to show you who the crisis is really for. It's not Venezuela. Okay, over on RT. Domino effect. Okay, and this was put out on the 23rd of February. Pompeo vows U.S. will help uproot authoritarianism in Nicaragua and Cuba. The United States will help the people of Nicaragua and Cuba to resist non-democratic regimes. So basically, the U.S. is saying that if you are a non-democratic regime, they can go in and topple your government. Mike Pompeo has said. His comments come as Washington steps up calls for a new government in Venezuela. The Secretary of State responded in the affirmative when asked during an interview with Telemundo if the U.S. would help people living in non-democratic regimes in South America. Yes, President Trump's administration has done so and will continue to do so, not just in Venezuela, but certainly in Nicaragua and Cuba, Pompeo said. Okay, not just in Venezuela. That shows you how pompous the U.S. is. So, this was put out on the 23rd. On the 24th, and let me add, okay, their way of doing this is by forcing aid into one of the ways is forcing aid into a country like they tried to do with Venezuela. So, that was the 23rd. The 24th, the U.S. tried it, and the U.S. coup suffers defeat in Venezuela. Protests grow against U.S. interventions. So the U.S. and their random guy that just stood up and said, I am now president, okay, we're trying to ram aid down the throats of Venezuela and topple the government. Maduro said, kiss my butt, and you see the title right there. Now, the U.S. is used to getting their way. They either tell you, we're going to do this and you're going to let us, or we're going to bomb the crap out of you. Okay? So right now, the U.S. is pissed. All right? This is what is starting to come out of Washington. This is a Twitter from Mark Rubio, who's a senator, if I remember right, and he sent this. Okay? Who does this crap? How evil are these people? Basically, this picture, you know what? This is Happy Gaddafi. when he was doing what the U.S. told him. This is unhappy Gaddafi, right before he was slaughtered by the U.S. Okay? And a lot of things are coming out right now. As far as people being kidnapped, people being poisoned, the U.S. thinks that they can put whatever they want in the news and everyone will buy it. Okay? No one is falling for it anymore. I'm going to keep going here. Russia and key allies vow to stand by Maduro in Venezuela crisis. So, let me make this a little bigger for you. Whoop, too much. Key allies of Venezuela's embattled president, Nicolas Maduro, led by Russia and China, have warned the U.S. not to intervene in support of the opposition leader Juan Guaido's attempt to lead the country. Okay? Russia and China are both backing Venezuela. And one thing that the U.S. is not telling the people, at least you can barely find it over here, okay, after Putin's warning, Russia TV lists nuclear targets in the U.S. Okay, this was on the 25th, so the day after. Okay, the U.S. failed in their coup attempt. Russia knows the U.S., so they are telling the U.S. not to do anything. Okay, Russian state television has listed U.S. military facilities that Moscow would target in the event of a nuclear strike and said that a hypersonic missile Russia is developing would be able to hit them in less than 5 minutes. Okay? Who warns a country of the targets they're going to hit and then say, but hey, you know what? We can't hit them right now because our missile is still under development. Okay? Russia has already tested this. It's already passed a couple of times. And China also has this same missile. Okay? The targets included the Pentagon and the presidential retreat in Camp David, Maryland. The report, unusual even by the sometimes bellicose standards of Russian state TV, was broadcast on Sunday evening, days after President Vladimir Putin said Moscow was militarily ready for a Cuban Missile-style crisis if the United States wanted one. Putin just said, jump, bring it, do it, we dare you. Okay? You don't make threats like this if you do not have the missiles to back it up. Okay? These missiles, these hypersonic missiles, cannot be intercepted because they go at, I think it's like from 5,000 to 8,000 miles an hour. Okay? They're too fast to be intercepted. All right? And they don't have a warhead. They use kinetic energy. The weight behind them going 5,000 miles an hour. Okay? This missile is built to sink aircraft carriers. I am ex-military, I've been on carriers, etc., etc. This missile right here, okay, if a U.S. aircraft carrier was hit by this, they would be immobile. They would not be able to launch their aircraft. They would not be able to go anywhere. And if they did save the ship from sinking, then every aircraft carrier out there is nuclear, so it's going to melt down. So they're screwed anyway. Okay, that's one that you don't hear of. Here's another one. The Poseidon, previously known by the Russian codename Status 6, is a nuclear-powered and nuclear-armed unmanned underwater vehicle under development by Rubin that can deliver both conventional and nuclear payloads. Okay, I'm going to go down here. Design. The Poseidon weapon is designed to create a tsunami wave up to 500 meters or 1,600 feet tall, which would contaminate a wide area on an enemy's coast with radioactive isotopes, namely cobalt-60, as well as being immune to anti-missile defense systems, such as anti-ballistic missiles, lasers, etc., they're underwater. They're underwater. Okay? 1,600 feet tall. A tsunami wave. Remember Japan. Remember their tsunami. Okay? That thing wasn't that high at all. And it destroyed Japan. All right? 1,600 feet tall. At 1,776 feet tall, One World Trade Center is not only the tallest building, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this right here, 1,600 feet tall. One World Trade Center, 1,776 feet tall. This is a tsunami wave. It doesn't just crash and that's it. It keeps coming and keeps going. Okay? That is the One World Trade Center. If Russia popped off one of those, everything, we'll just say under here, everything under here is gone. Okay? Because with this Cobalt 60, whatever it touches cannot be farmed, inhabited, nothing for 10 years. You can't live in it. You can't go get the dead bodies out of it. You can't do anything. Okay? Just leave it and write it off as a loss. Am I saying that Russia is going to do this? No, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is, if the United States, being the spoiled brats that they are, being pissed off like they are right now because they didn't get their way, being the bullies that they are, they're going to do something. That's where we come in. Okay? They can enact a law and do what they did to the Japanese. They can do whatever they want. And you know that whatever they're doing, it is to snare us. Okay? You can't tell me that the U.S. still needs to rape and pillage other nations for their resources. How much more can they have? There's something deeper. And I don't know what it is, but like I said, or like I'm saying, be careful, family. Listen to what they're going to be doing in Venezuela and pay attention to any laws that they may pass, because I'm willing to bet that if they do pass anything, they're going to say that it is for the Venezuelans and Mexicans or Latinas, etc., in south of the border. Okay? No, it's going to be for us. So I just wanted to put this out here, give this to you guys, and all praises to our Most High Creator, Redeemer, and Savior of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's just crazy.